This video is going to go through how to run the checklist, which is looking at overdue animals after a particular number of days. So to run it, we can click on our checklist icon, or the other option is to go through management and choose checklist. So if we click on checklist, it'll always run by default to today's date. If you want to change the date back to another one, you just click on select date and then just choose what you would like. To look at the settings of this that the program is using to calculate the animals that appear, if you click on the little spanner icon there which says setup, you can then see the different options. So any animals that go over these number of days will appear on the list, and it's now broken up into maiden gilts, in-pig gilts and sows, so you can set those to exactly how you want them to be. Click on OK and we're back to the list again. The basic differences with the new checklist to the old checklist is that this is a lot more interactive. You're able to go into the list and actually enter the missing data if you wanted to, which will show you. So for example, you can see the animals here, days after entry, 358. That's the highest offending animal right at the top there. If we scroll down, you can see obviously it's all in order there. When we look through here, you can see suckling period, you can see of 71 days. Now the animal there, 152, had a farrowing on the 13th, the 11th, and nothing's happened to her since. So what we could do, let's say she's had the weaning but we haven't put it in, we could just come into there, type in, for example, 14, 12, 13, how many weans she had, 10, and it just saves you having to go through back to the weaning screen to put it in. Alternatively, if you wanted to put the cull in, you can put obviously the cull date in there, and also the type, which is the reason for the cull, which is either cull, died, sold, missing, pregnant, shot, that sort of thing, can go into there. You also got now a litter number, which you've got into to show the current parity of the animal. And so basically a lot more information on this checklist than the old one you had. If you wanted to, let's say, just look at the animals that are offending for days after weaning, then what you can do is use the filter line. So what we'll do, days after weaning, we just clicked on that. We can then do Control and C on our keyboard, and then we just go up into the box and then Control and V to paste. So that's Control key on your keyboard, hold that down, press the V button at the same time, it'll paste it in there. You can now see we're just looking at the 26 animals who have gone a number of days after weaning and haven't been served. So if we wanted to, we could come into here, say we wanted to serve all of these animals, we could just highlight the columns like that, right click, choose set cells, and then put the date in, and it will obviously put the information in for you, and you haven't got to change the date each time then. So that's another option you can do, days after weaning. Critical days are obviously the days offending. You can, if you just want to have a look at the highest ones, you can say, well, we want to see anything that's greater than 100. And you can see obviously for days after weaning there aren't any that fit that criteria. There obviously are for other events, so if we just clear the filter on that, you can see now just anything over 100 days. 45 of the animals have had over 100 days offending. The setup of the columns, again, you can go through your layout setup, and there's a myriad of options in here that you can choose to appear on the list. Obviously we've got litter number there. You can see all the various options you can see in here, so we're including the service dates, so we can put that in if we want to. The farrowing dates are showing up there. You can see where you could put in things like pregnancy tests as well, just to update the information on these overdue animals from within this one screen to save you having to go to another screen. The other option you've got at the bottom here as well is if you wanted to have performance figures on here, so you can actually choose over the last 3 litters the animals that are appearing on the checklist, what their averages are for certain key figures. That's just another option available to you if you need it. So basically tick on or tick off the ones you want and don't want, press on OK, and you'll get exactly what you're after. If you wanted to save a particular layout with a certain thing in the filter line, certain option, like you just want to look at anything over 100 days, you put it in there, and then if you want it to save it, you just come into the layout setup, into filter and sorting, and basically just click on that activate current filter, and what that'll do is that'll save that particular filter for the next time you run this particular report. The other option is to have a number of different checklists in here based on the different critical days. Is you could obviously set them up, set the filter how you want it to be, and then all you need to do is just come into here, copy it, give it a new name, and then it won't affect the official one, but you can have sort of sub checklists if you want to help you out. If you want to print this off, all you do is just click on there, direct print, that'll go straight to your printer, and that's basically the checklist.